What's up everyone, how's it going? In this game we have Chrysaor spawning as our purple Order of the Dragon on the west side of Dry Arabia. Over on the east we have Pioneer as our blue Chinese. Don't know too much about Pioneer. Chrysaor has been around for a while, I believe, in other Age of Empire games as well. I think he played Age of Mythology, I want to say. I've actually never played Age, so I'm not entirely sure how that game plays. I know it was something I was mildly interested in, but just never got into it. I was always a StarCraft, Brood War, Warcraft 3 player, StarCraft 2, Age of 4, or Age of AoE4 is the first Age game I have actually ever played, and it's pretty solid. I like it. I've been playing it for 2 years. Really good game. But our Chinese player went for a standard build, very standard. Going for wood first into mill, supervise the mill, drop the village. That's one of the openers. The second one is opting out of the wood and just going into a house, mining camp, mill, supervise the mill, and that's it. Those are your two builds for either Chinese or their variant. Oh, and we have our Order of the Dragon moving out, grabbing deer. Grabbing the deer. Really early. Survival techniques just finished up as well, so we should... I'd like to see two villagers snipe this deer right now before it, like... Okay, there he goes. Good job. Because it's gonna venture and then just get pushed. Okay, that one was unnecessary. That one could have actually came up a little bit closer before getting sniped, but it is what it is. 3 villagers on gold, 6 on food, 1 on wood. As for our Chinese, he's currently sitting on 8 on food, 3 on gold. And the main thing we're gonna have to see is how many TCs is our Chinese player going to go? Is he gonna even make any additional town centers? Is our Order of the Dragon going to? Because I've actually seen some HRE variants go into 2 TCs, and even then they'll still get like Palace of Swabia in the Imperial Age. Like 2 TCs as Order of the Dragon is pretty solid. I think they're one of the most difficult to play in terms of balancing the eco, since remember, they are better. They're 25% better than your normal villager, but they also cost more and take longer. So instead of 50 food, it's 60. And instead of 20 seconds to produce, it's 24 seconds. So it does make it a little bit more difficult in order to actually balance out your eco with them. I need a lot more practice with them. I'm absolutely terrible with Order of the Dragon. But they're solid. I do like them. I do like their playstyle. I do like what they are able to accomplish. And if you allow them to steam, or I mean, once you allow them to start rolling, then they'll just steamroll you. And I kind of like that, but at the same time, it's super snowbally, right? If you can't get that nice advantage off in the early, then you're going to be mediocre in the mid, but then you could eventually... You still have that extreme firepower in Imperial Age once you get that Palace of Swabia up. And it still costs the same as your normal HRE original. Was it 1920 and 980? I want to say no. Crap. Yeah, something like that. I can't remember the exact cost of it, but it's still reduced cost. So you're able to get it up a little bit faster, especially if you go for that initial 2TC play in Feudal. You're able to build up that eco, get into Castle, and then basically just bypass Castle straight into Imperial. While going into Imperial, you'll have your good old-fashioned Regnitz Cathedral, make a couple prelates, go out there, snag some relics. Yeah, we do see the Minework Palace coming down for Chrysaor. Barbican the Sun is getting dropped right next to some deer. Secure up that food. Where's the boar? Where is the boar? Oh, dang, the boar is out in the middle of nowhere on the southern side of the map, and actually a little bit to the northwestern side of it. you have the other boar. Those are pretty close to each other. That would have been really nice for Jeanne d'Arc. Jump from one to the other very quick. Decent amount of experience, very close to one another. No upgrades coming out yet for Chrysaor. Does not look like he's going to be going into the second TC either. He's just going to be going most likely for that fast castle. Still has a decent amount of food going on, decent amount of deer, that is. And he has another deer patch really close, or deer herd of deer, just to the northeastern side of that. Wheelbarrow still not upgraded for either player, but he does have survival techniques for those deer. I would really like to see these villagers, the 7 that he has on sheep right now, start moving northbound towards the deer. Yeah, it is a lot of idle time. Like, you're looking at about 12-15 seconds of idle time, but it'll be well worth it in my opinion. I think so anyways. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think. I think it would actually be 100% worth it, as long as he doesn't get timed out or something, or idled out by harass. But it doesn't look like there's going to be any harass at all anyways, and it does actually look like we're going to be getting the 2 TC, potentially 3 TC from our Japanese play or Chinese player. Sorry. But yeah, let me know in the comments what you guys think, if he would be able to push out into those, or even a rotation. Throw these 5 northbound, and then those 7. Oh yeah, there's the regnants, and then these 8 will go into these deer. Then once they're done there, then they rotate north, and then they just eat all of that up, and then you have freaking, what, 16 villagers idled for a minute, moving down to the berries or moving back to the sheep. I don't know. That's a big wall. That's a nice hefty wall. Second TC is coming down for our Chinese player. Perfectly good positioning. If he was going to be going multi-TC, or well, like tri-TC, then the second one would have just been put right here. That way he could continue, or even like right on top of these deer, move back to the stone and then keep going. But this shows that he's just going to be going for the 2 TC for the most part. Yeah, it looks like he's just going to be going into 2 TC. Order of the Dragon does hit castle. We should be getting some relics picked up soon. Yep, moving over to the western side already. Walls coming up on... Wow, there's a lot of relics down here. These villagers will be able to make those walls pretty quick. Second relic getting walled up. There's walls down to the southern, or I mean, he could easily go down to the southern relic, start walling that up as well. I don't think, does Pioneer know about it? No, Pioneer does not know about the far south one. Is he sending his scout over there? Because that's the only place he has. And so what he would have done is what all of you guys should do too, is start checking the map. He knows where 3 of them are. 1, 2. Yeah, he would have known where 3 of them are. He knows where the 4th one is. That means the 5th one has to be down here somewhere. And yes, he scouts it out. Villager is going to start moving down that way in order to start walling it up. Maybe? Nope. It doesn't matter anyways whether there was a villager or not. He wouldn't have been able to get it up in time. But what does matter is the fact that this relic, or this prelate, is going to be blocked off by a wall on both of those locations. Prelate moving over to the center north relic. He will be able to grab that one. That'll put him at 3 relics if they are able to get back. Grabs the southernmost, will be able to grab the northernmost. 2 relics are still walled off completely. Prelate on the southeastern side will go down to a bunch of spears. 5 in total are out. Or never mind, that prelate's gonna make it out alive. Pioneer decides to not kill the prelate. Prelates are extra good with Order of the Dragon because they are so tanky. Order of the Dragon units, the gilded units, of course, are essentially twice as good in every aspect. So having a prelate here, having those prelates stay alive healing is absolutely massive. Wololo going off. Oh, I don't think he shouldn't be able to grab anything right there. No, he doesn't. Okay, that would have been an instant GG right there. There would have been no way that Pioneer would have been able to come back from that. Prelate goes down. 2 relics have already been garrisoned for Chrysaor. Walls getting remade by Pioneer. Center sacred site being taken. Okay, this isn't looking too bad. Able to deny out the second, or being able to deny out the 3rd relic from going. Chrysaor still has 4 prelates though. He can go and try to grab it up, which he is. The military for Pioneer just shy from grabbing the sacred site. And he is, of course, going into the astronomical clock tower in order to get into Castle Age. Neutralization of the center sacred site, burning down the wall over here on the south side. Both sacred sites are being neutralized now. Okay, not too bad for Pioneer. He does have a lot of spears right here against primarily cavalry units. Chrysaor only has 2. Oh, this is looking really bad for our Order of the Dragon player. These, oh no, never mind. Those prelates are putting in a lot of healing work. The spirited numbers aren't actually enough to deal with this, and now Chrysaor is able to pick up the 4th relic, and he still retains a huge chunk of his army. All in all, Chrysaor lost a scout, possibly a horseman, a gilded knight, and a prelate. Like, that was it. And Pioneer lost 14 spears? That's insane. I thought that was going to be going a lot better. GG gets called. Yeah, I thought that was going to go a lot better for our Chinese player right there. Game goes to our purple Order of the Dragon player, Chrysaor. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you next time.